As we wrap up another work week and another month, the first for 2025, it's the perfect time to review the tasks completed and organize and prioritize your to-do list for the upcoming week. Don't forget also to check your calendar for any meetings, deadlines, or events and set clear goals for both the next week and the upcoming month. Now that you have some helpful guidelines to follow, welcome to another exciting edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Audrey Williams, and we've got more valuable tips and important information coming your way. So, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the news.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Friday, January 31, 2025. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Aubin Hill, is encouraging banks to lower their interest rates in line with the reduction in rates by the Bank of Jamaica, BOJ. Addressing Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House, Senator Hill emphasized that economic growth could not happen in an environment with very high interest rates.
Economic growth, which is what we have to do after we put our fiscal house in order, economic growth cannot happen with very high interest rates. It's in the bank's interest, it's in ordinary Jamaicans' interest who will pay less interest, it's in business interest that the bank lending rates come down as quickly as they can.
The minister says banks have to run their businesses and the government wants to make sure that they are profitable, but asserts that more can be done to adjust rates downward for customers.
Ordinary Jamaican farmers, wonderful people, they are saying why the banks can't cut interest rate. The business people who have to borrow big money say why the banks can't cut interest rates, because the central bank has been cutting interest rates.
Effective December 23, 2024, the BOJ's benchmark rate was 6% per annum, reflecting 4 rate cuts of 25 basis points during the past year. Government is to announce measures in the upcoming budget to combat electricity theft. Energy Minister Darrell Vaz made that pronouncement in a statement to Parliament on Tuesday. He revealed that in 2023, the percentage of electricity stolen was about 15.9%, or about 80% of the non-technical losses registered for that year. According to the USAID's non-technical loss report for 2022, residential customers of the Jamaica Public Service Company JPS are incurring approximately $1,050 on their monthly bills due to electricity theft. Minister Vaz says there is a significant financial impact and it will require a major collaboration between JPS and the government to address the issue.
It is going to take a significant collaboration between JPS and the government of Jamaica. It is going to require, and I've said it here before, many millions, if not billions of dollars to really make it affordable to be able to get those who are not on the grid, and most importantly, to be able to stay on the grid. JPS, in fairness to them, have made several efforts. They have used technology, they have used everything to try and reduce the electricity theft.
The Energy Minister also gave an update on explorations for oil and gas offshore Jamaica while answering questions in the House of Representatives Tuesday. The ministry has a specialized oil and gas production sharing agreement, PSA, that allows United Oil and Gas plc of Ireland to exclusively explore for the commodity offshore Jamaica. Minister Vaz reveals that the company has spent just over $39.3 million or 6.3 billion Jamaican dollars on this project over 10 years. He says an aggressive work program was put forward in January 2024 that will significantly de-risk identified oil and gas prospects off Jamaica's south coast.
The work program includes a concentrated drop core / piston core survey, which is now going through the environmental application process at NEPA. For this survey, a specialized vessel is scheduled to retrieve samples from the seafloor to test for the presence of oil and gas.
In the meantime, United Oil and Gas plc continues trying to identify partners to share the risk in drilling, with new companies looking at Jamaica as a drill or drop site. The decision is due in January 2026, and the production sharing agreement expires on January 17, 2026.
United Oil and Gas have been looking for partners to raise the necessary capital to be able to go to the next steps, which has been a challenge, especially coming on the heels of COVID.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness will be implementing several key strategies to enhance the effectiveness of its Know Your Numbers initiative. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton told Parliament on Tuesday that the changes would be done based on the Ministry's assessment of the program, as well as feedback received from participants.
And these are strengthening of regional outreach and accessibility, the deployment of additional mobile screening units to underserved areas, particularly rural parishes, to enhance coverage and address regional disparities, and broaden the reach of screening activities.
Dr. Tufton indicates that even with the nearly 330 health centers across the country, which serve primary care needs and are more community-based, there's still a large portion of the population that wants a more direct intervention.
They want the screening to be brought to them. And indeed, it's a trend now. So the concept of mobile clinics, where you go into communities, you create a buzz of activity, and you essentially intervene with screening where people are in their natural setting, is becoming more the norm than the exception. And from a policy perspective, it gives rise to greater investments in mobile screening.
Other improvements will include developing regional-specific health education campaigns, targeting high-risk populations with a focus on blood pressure, BMI, and non-communicable disease risk factors. The referral and follow-up systems will also be strengthened to ensure timely linkages to care for individuals with abnormal results from the checks done at Know Your Numbers events. And finally, the Ministry of Sport has increased the prize money for the 2025 Institute of Sports in Sports Primary Schools All-Island Football and Netball competitions by 60%. Minister Olivia Grange made it known during the recent launch of the competitions.
And as a policy, the same prize money that football gets is the same prize money that netball gets. We're talking about equal rights and justice here, right?
The prize money for first place has moved from $200,000 to $300,000. Second place is now getting $200,000, up from $125,000. The third place prize money has doubled from $75,000 to $150,000, and fourth place increases from $50,000 to $100,000. The winning coaches have not been left out, as their prize money moves from $10,000 to $20,000.
So the total prize money for this year's competition is $1,140,000, an increase of 60%. Each discipline, so football, your total prize money will be $770,000, and the same thing for netball, and this will be in addition to your trophies.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Jamaica's population is aging rapidly. Over 350,000, or 13.2% of Jamaicans, are senior citizens. These individuals deserve our care and respect. Very often, our senior citizens are neglected, disregarded, and disrespected. It's time to act. A special select committee of the Senate is reviewing a motion proposing the creation of an Elderly Care and Protection Act to better safeguard the rights and dignity of our senior citizens. We invite you to share your suggestions and recommendations about what should be included in this act. Send your submission in writing to Clark to the Houses, Gordon House, 81 Duke Street, Kingston, or email clark@japarliament.gov.jm. The deadline for submissions is February 15, 2025. Let's work together to protect and create a more inclusive and supportive Jamaica for our senior citizens.
Thank you for staying with us. The global agricultural landscape is rapidly evolving, and the coconut industry is embracing technological advancements to address both its immediate and long-term needs. What are these innovations? Our next feature has the answers.
Coconut is a staple of daily life in Jamaica, whether it's the refreshing water, the creamy jelly, or the versatile oil. But behind these popular products is a thriving agricultural crop that requires careful management, innovation, and strategic support to maintain its vitality. This is where the Coconut Industry Board (CIB) comes in. As the global agricultural landscape continues to evolve, so too does the role of the board. With changing climates, natural disasters, and the increasing need for technological advancements, the Coconut Industry Board has been working tirelessly to adapt, innovate, and ensure that coconut farmers remain sustainable, productive, and profitable for generations to come. To address both the immediate and long-term needs of the industry, several key strategies are being implemented to sustain the sector. One of these strategies is a partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture's Predial Larceny Unit to tackle the long-standing issue of theft, enhance security, and protect farmers' viable crops. Additionally, international partnerships are being pursued to drive technological advancements in the sector.
The Coconut Industry Board is looking to partner with countries overseas in where we can utilize technology and bring technology here to you farmers to help improve your agro-processing ventures.
Alongside technological advancements, the CIB is also placing a strong emphasis on tissue culture, an area that promises to significantly enhance the quality and resilience of Jamaica's coconut trees.
Coconut, according to my scientists, I'm learning also from my scientists, a very fickle crop. It's very stubborn and demanding, and you need a focused expert to bring out the capacity of tissue culture. We have tried experiments in the past and to no avail. So we want to push resources and build a capacity so we have an expert in Jamaica to facilitate the growth of the coconut industry from a tissue culture standpoint.
The CIB is also focused on revamping its hybridization farm, the only facility of its kind for coconuts in the hemisphere.
We're introducing a new hybrid to the farming population, but it has to go through its natural testing process to add additional value to you, our farmers. And you have to understand the most important thing in introducing a hybrid to the environment is the lethal yellowing resistance, because based on historical information, we had about 9 million trees in Jamaica producing copra, having a manufacturing process around it. A lot of companies' copra plants were in Jamaica, exporting copra to the United Kingdom and various countries. Because of the lethal yellowing disease and Gilbert, we lost 9 million trees. The Coconut Industry Board, based on its research department and the leadership at the time, thought it relevant to implement a planting program to resuscitate the entire coconut industry of Jamaica. And now we're up to over 4 million trees.
The Coconut Industry Board is clearly focused on the future of the sector. Through a combination of cutting-edge technology, international collaborations, and internal research, the board is positioning itself to tackle the challenges of tomorrow while ensuring the sustainability of the industry today.
We are a blessed country to have a Coconut Industry Board to sustain your livelihood and the entire Caribbean.
Jamaicans, practice What is proper disposal of garbage? And if items can be reused, recycle them. We all have a part to play in protecting our environment from pollution. We are building Jamaica.
Caribbean legal systems and traditions are distinct, influenced by the region's rich history, cultures, and values. Having Caribbean representation in law ensures that legal professionals fully grasp the nuances and context of their societies. More on this in our next segment.
Established to serve as both an appellate court and an interpreter of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, is at the heart of the region's justice system.
The mission of the court is to provide accessible, efficient justice for the people and states of the Caribbean.
A primary goal of the CCJ is to create a judicial system that resonates with Caribbean values and realities.
A Caribbean court, and a Caribbean court that has on it some of the best minds, judicial minds in the region, must be more effective at interpreting Caribbean law than a court that is based in London.
Still, challenges remain. Some Caribbean nations have yet to adopt the CCJ as their highest appellate court. Constitutional hurdles such as parliamentary approval and referenda are major barriers. So far, 5 Caribbean states, Barbados, Belize, Guyana, Dominica, and St. Lucia, have accepted the CCJ as their apex court.
Antigua and Barbuda and Grenada, for example, these countries, their constitutions absolutely require not just a qualified majority in the parliament, a 2/3 majority in the parliament, but they also require a 2/3 majority at a referendum. That's a very steep threshold.
Misconceptions and differing opinions about the CCJ have stalled its expansion. Some believe that judges may be influenced by local politics or are not as skilled as those in foreign courts.
If a dispute arises in the Caribbean, the people who judge that dispute should be able to understand the mores, the aspirations, the culture of the Caribbean in order to give the best possible answer to how judicial policy should be crafted in relation to that dispute, that area of law. The judges on the Caribbean Court of Justice are selected by a very rigorous process. They are independent.
I, Chantal Patrice Ononu.
October 29, 2024. Jamaica's Justice Chantal Ononiwu took her place as one of the region's top judicial minds. Her appointment symbolizes not only the CCJ's commitment to justice, but also the ongoing effort to solidify a Caribbean legal identity.
Taking the oath of office as a judge of a region's highest court is very significant to me personally and professionally. I have a long-standing commitment to regional integration and the development of CARICOM. And I really respect the role, the pivotal role that the Caribbean Court of Justice plays in advancing the rule of law and building Caribbean jurisprudence.
Justice Ononiwu brings a wealth of knowledge to the court, particularly in international trade, a cornerstone of CARICOM law. Her appointment also brings gender balance to the bench, a significant milestone in Caribbean judicial history. She is the third female judge to sit on the CCJ's bench and the second Jamaican to hold such a post.
Women see things, life, through different eyes from men, and in securing justice, it is always good to have both male and female perspectives looking at the same problem.
Beyond her duties on the bench, Justice Ononiwu is committed to legal education, believing it plays a crucial role in the court's mission.
The court has a very important role that it plays with respect to judicial and legal education across the region, and particularly when it carries out those functions, there is widespread engagement with stakeholders across the region. I could mention, for instance, the work of a number of affiliated institutions of the court, like the CCJ Academy for Law, which really does a lot of work with respect to, seeking to advance the development of legal regimes that are supportive of sustainable regional development.
As the CCJ approaches its 20th anniversary, its judges continue to champion a justice system that serves Caribbean citizens. Justice Ononiwu's arrival brings new energy and perspectives, promising a future where justice truly reflects Caribbean values.
My primary goal really is to adjudicate cases fairly, competently, impartially, and with integrity. That really is my primary goal. The decisions that I will make as a judge will impact lives, they'll impact freedoms, they'll impact rights, property.
The Caribbean Court of Justice and its judges remain dedicated to justice for all, shaping Caribbean jurisprudence for generations to come.
Jamaicans consume on average 9 to 12 grams of sodium or salt per day, twice the World Health Organization recommended amount of less than 5 grams or 1 teaspoon of salt, and more ideally, less than 2 grams of sodium per adult per day from all food sources. This excess salt in the diet causes high blood pressure, kidney and bone damage, gastric cancer, obesity, and worsening of asthma. Reduce the amount of salt you consume to no more than 3 to 5 grams, or half to 1 teaspoon per day for adults, and less than 2 grams for children under 11 years of age. Let's shake the salt habit and live healthy. A public service message from the Jamaica Information Service.
Exercise is essential for both physical and mental well-being. As we draw close to the end of today's magazine, our upcoming segment shares some practical ways to make exercise a regular part of your life, focusing on the group of muscles within your midsection that stabilize your spine and pelvis.
The following exercise video is for information purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Before starting any new exercise program, physical activity, or fitness routine, please consult your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional.
Hello everyone, my name is Dominic Rainford. Welcome to A Better You. Today we'll be working abs and core, and with me today we have Ali. Alright guys, so warming up, very important. Why it's very important to warm up? Because we need to get the blood flowing in the body. We need to get the ligaments and the tendons loose so that once we work out, we mitigate injuries, right? Alright guys, so we're starting with abs and core. Your abs, your core muscles in general are the most important muscles in the body. Without it, we're unable to move freely. Even simplest things as getting up out of the bed, almost impossible without the core. So we're starting off with crunches.
so that we can start to get the muscles working and get them stronger eventually. All right, so right here we have Ali performing the crunch, where we have the hands behind the head and she's curling her upper body, taking her shoulder blades off the ground. 1, slowly. 2. As she goes down, she breathes in. As she comes up, breathes out. After that, we go straight into ankle touches, where we bring the foot back, right? Curl up and touch the ankles. After that, she rests. Then we go straight into knee raises, where she brings her knees all the way up, both knees, all the way up, and touch the ground. So keep the knee bent, back down, touch the ground, right? And that's for the lower half of the abdominal. So the first one we started with the crunches, it's the upper. The toe touches, it's the outer. Now we're hitting the lower. Guys, we're working out at home is concerned, anything at home you can use for a good workout. For example, a pillow. Ab exercise, let's go, yes. Take it off, stretch out, up, down, up. All right, our next exercise now will be passing the pillow under the legs. Up, right. We can do 10 that way and 10 the other way now. 10 the other way now. We call this one toe taps, where we hands like this, push up position, go a little higher. Then we come back and touch each toe. 1. One more. We can do mountain climb. Very easy, but very effective. Get into the position just like this. Mountain climbers. We'll just do this. Bringing the knee up as high as possible. Go for 20 reps, 10 on each leg. 3 sets. Tempo can be moderate. Go as fast as you comfortably can, or you can go faster depending on where you are in your fitness journey. Tip for today, eating habits. We want to eat more protein like your eggs, chickens, fish, beef, pork. That's protein. You want to eat more veggies, you want to eat more fruits, and less carbs, less rice, less yam, less sweet potato. So after a good workout, it's always important to stretch. So we have Ali, we just finished abs and core. So we're going to show you 2 moves that we can use to really stretch those areas effectively. All right, so Ali, first thing we're going to do, we're going to put our hands directly under our shoulders, just like this. And then keeping our hips on the ground, we're going to want to push all the way up. Another way of doing it as well, another way to stretch, it's a yoga move, it's called cat and cow. Very important. Come up on all fours like this. You're gonna drop your back, just like this. And you're gonna bring it up. Again, down, hold it, go as low as you can, arch your back, low as you can, then bring it up. Curving the spine, just like this. Thank you, Ali.
Big up.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Stay fit.
We've reached the end of our program. Get a recap of everything you saw here and more on our website, jis.gov.jm. I'm Audrey Williams. Bye for now.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.